Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll see task 7 in lab 4, make the NAT gateway highly available. So in this task, we will make the NAT gateway highly available by launching another NAT gateway in the second availability zone. So here the inventory app server are deployed in private subnet across two availability zones. And if they need to access the internet, for example, to download any data, the request must be redirecting through a NAT gateway, which is located in the public subnet. And the current architecture has only one NAT gateway in the public subnet 1, and all of the inventory app server use this NAT gateway only to reach the internet. And this means that if any availability, the availability zone 1 failed, none of the application server would be able to communicate with the internet since we have only one NAT gateway. And adding a second NAT gateway in availability zone 2 will ensure that the resources in the private subnet can still reach to the internet even when there is a availability zone 1 fails. Okay, so let's create a second NAT gateway. Okay, so let me go to the VPC. Okay, you can click on NAT gateway under the virtual private cloud. Okay, so the existing NAT gateway is there, which is deployed in public subnet 1. And now we'll create a new NAT gateway. And we'll choose the public subnet 2. Okay, and here we can choose allocate elastic IP address and create NAT gateway. Okay, so the NAT gateway was created successfully, and then we'll create and configure a new route table. Okay, let's create a new route table for private subnet 2 that redirect traffic to the new gateway. So here you can choose the route tables and click on create route table and enter the name. I'm just putting private route table 2, and you can choose the lab VPC. And click on create route table. Okay, so here we can see the details for the newly created route table. So here this is currently one route table which directs all traffic locally, as you can see here. So now let's add a route which will send internet bound traffic through the new gateway. So here you can click on edit routes and choose add route. And destination, you can put any IP, and a target, here you have to choose the NAT gateway, which is my NAT gateway that we have created, and you can click on the save changes. So now we have created the route table and configured it to route the internet traffic through the NAT gateway. And next we'll associate the route table with the private subnet too. Okay, so now we will configure routing for private subnet 2. Okay, you can click on Subnet Association tab and click on Edit Subnet Association, and here select the private subnet 2 and click on Save Association. So here the internet traffic from private subnet 2 is now sent to the NAT gateway in the same availability zone. And the NAT gateway are now highly available in case failure in one availability zone does not impact traffic in the other availability zone. Okay, so next in task 8, let's test the high availability of the Amazon Aurora database. So in this task, we'll verify high availability of the database by simulating a failure of the primary DB instance. So this will force a failover to the Aurora replica that we created in the earlier task. So let me go to the RTS. You can search here. I have recently visited tabs, so I'm just clicking on this. Okay, click on databases. Okay, here choose the inventory primary under the DB identifier, which is associated to your Aurora primary DB. Okay, so here you can see that the primary DB instance inventory primary under the role, it says writer instance, and this is the reader instance. So this is the only database node in the cluster that can currently be used for write, and this will be only read purpose. So in the action tab, you can choose delete and type delete me and click on delete to confirm. So the inventory primary DB instance enters a deleting state, and after a few minutes Amazon ODS detect that the primary instance is no longer responding, and then it will automatically switches from the primary instance to the Aurora replica. Okay, you can click on this refresh button, and now you can see that the inventory replica becomes the writer instance. So this is our inventory page. As you can see, I just refreshed, and you can still see that it is accessible. Okay, so we have seen all the tasks in lab 4. So we created an Amazon EC2 auto scaling group and register it with the application load balancer spanning across multiple availability zone, and we also created a highly available Amazon Aurora DB cluster, and we also modified an Amazon Aurora DB cluster to be highly available, and we also modified an Amazon VPC configuration to be highly available using the redundant NAT gateway. Okay, and finally, we confirm that our application and database are highly available by simulating some failure. Okay, so that's it in this video, and I'll see you in the next. Thank you.